Daily Broadside, day 694. Today we're going to talk about the sad wings of destiny by Judas Priest. Actually, we're not. We're going to talk about the sad wings of North America. We have become a country loved with chicken wings. Absolutely, just embroiled. Some of them are embroiled with chicken wings. And where did this come from? You remember like 15, 18 years ago? Like, nobody knew what a chicken wing was. It was something that like random people did at a cookout. And you're like, what is this? This is like an undesirable part of a chicken. Why are these things so small, And they started off as like a 25 cents a wing, which at this time, man, now they're like $1 a wing. 25 cents a wing. And if you didn't take advantage of that, like myself, back in the day, because that just wasn't something that really you understood, you missed out. Those must have been, that's like getting a $10 hamburger at McDonald's in 1937 or whenever that place was open, the McDonald brothers. But anyway, I get back to the task at hand. All right, so then it morphs into like some places start offering wings, and everything, like the Buffalo Wild Wings of the world, and that's where our story starts today. Is I broke my own rule yesterday. Broke my own rule, and kind of pisses me off because I had such high hopes for myself, and I've let myself down again because you got these restaurants that come out and they serve nothing but wings, and you realize, man, this is really good. This is more than just honey mustard and buffalo and barbecue. These people have got all these flavors, and it's really cool, and they can make them really hot, and all this everything. And then like Italian restaurants started getting into it, and now everybody's got it. You remember when you go, like, everybody's got a wing option now. It may be just an appetizer, but everybody's got wings. You walk in, you're like, hey, it's Enrico's Pizza. Oh, you making you a pie? Whatever. You want some wings? We got wings too. You're like, why are y'all making wings? Everybody just trying to capitalize on the crave that is chicken wings, right? So I go to this restaurant yesterday, and I don't know where these things are other than my state and somewhere obviously on the East Coast, because it's called East Coast Wings, right? And there's several of them around and all. And I swore them off about 5.5 years ago. It's the only time in my adult life that I have ever taken pen to paper, and by that I mean typing, and sent a letter to corporate. That's how pissed off I was. I went in this place with my 2 young sons at the time, and we go in there, and we used to go there all the time, right? We'd get like 20 wings, a bunch of different flavors. You have a nice beer, you just have a bowl of chips, whatever. We went in there, and there was like us and like 1 or 2 other tables. And I kid you not when I say this, it was an hour and a half before we got wings. And I don't blame the wait staff on stuff like that, because typically speaking, that's not their problem. It's somebody in the back, okay? It's the cook, it's the management, it's the whatever. This girl's going to bring me my food as quickly as she gets it, because it behooves her to serve it quickly, because she's based on tips. I mean, why would she hold my food and let it get cold and sit back there for 45 minutes and then be like, I guess it's time, I'll bring them their food? No, you don't really do that, right? At least I don't think you do. I've never really worked in the front of a restaurant, just the back. But it's the people in the back. Somebody screwed up, and it was just like there was no like apology, no explanation, other than the waitress saying, "I'm sorry it's taken so long. There's issues." And and so long story short, I like wrote this like long thing, and I'm just like, I don't even understand. So I vote with my dollar, typically speaking. And so I was like, we're never coming back again. I've also got this local diner that's near me that's about 3.5 miles away that I used to love going to. They make a great omelet. I went in there one time, same 2 boys. We sit down, place is pretty busy, and I waited for 20 minutes for somebody to just come, say, hey, here's some silverware, here's a water or whatever. And I'm watching these people go by, and we're clearly sitting here with nothing on the table, so we're new. And there was nobody in this booth like 4 minutes ago. And I watched 3 other tables come in and get taken care of that were like 1 or 2 booths from me. I was like, I got up and left. And I was like, and I've eaten there since. I refuse. And you say, oh, it's just one exception to, I don't care. It's just how I am. So my youngest son and I, we have a hankering for some wings yesterday. And not a ton of choices around where I live, but we decided to go back. And I said, you know what? Sometimes, son, you got to let things go, and you got to be the bigger person. I'm trying to teach this life lesson when really I'm not. I was just like, screw it, we're going to give them one more shot. It's been 5.5 years. We're going to see if they've made amends. We walk in, and it's like, they've redecorated the place. I see they must have spent all their money on managerial training on all this decor, because now there's these orange booths that are 11 feet tall that don't seem to make a lot of sense. what is it, Robert Wadlow sitting in here? What are we doing, you know? So anyway, I go to the menu, and I'm reading the menu, and it's teaching you how to order wings. It says step 1, find a wing, you know, boneless or bitten, and it's technically just step. And I read the thing where it says flavors. Well, again, we used to get like 20 wings, and you could get a flavor for every 5, right? So you could get like a blueberry pomegranate one, and a habanero burn your asshole one, and then you know, a dry rub, and all this crap, right? And I know how they make this stuff, right? They put it in one of them silver bowls, they dump the pre-made sauce on it, and they just kind of stir it around. It's not a difficult process, I can't imagine, right? But what we find out is, and they're basically $1.10 a piece, more or less. So you know, we get 10, and like a thing of what are those pickles that I'm now in love with? I've been on for the last year a fried pickle kick. I think I could just eat those as a meal. But anyway, those were good fried pickles. Of course, how hard is it to bread a pickle and dump it in some oil? I mean, how do you screw up a fried pickle? Anyway, you have to get 25 wings before you can get a second sauce or flavor. And I'm like, there's 58 flavors. Like, literally, they have 58 flavors of this damn place. And I'm like, how am I supposed to pick one? This is Sophie's choice. I can't choose which child to send to the gas chamber. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, okay. So I was like, all right, we'll pick a flavor and we'll roll with it. So he picked some kind of habanero barbecue. I don't know what he picked. And it was fine, but it was nothing like crazy to write home about. You know what I mean? I want like boysenberry cauliflower or something. You know, something stupid, right? Something you'd be like, no one's ever made that before. I don't know if we've even got that in the back, you know, kind of thing. Well, we get it, right? So I asked the waitress, who, for whatever reason, just seemed to be annoyed that we were there. You ever get like talking to people like that, and you're like, and it's like, and you watch them interact with other tables, and I'm like, is it me? I try to be like the nicest person on planet Earth when I'm being served food. Only for 2 reasons. Because A, I'm genuinely a pretty nice person if you don't mess with me. And secondly, like if I don't have a reason to like dislike you. And secondly, y'all are playing with my food, so I don't want to be the asshole in the front to be like, that's right, Lou, spit on it. You know, that's just whatever. So, but you know, sometimes I'm watching her deal with other people, and they're like, she's not acting like that with them. But then she comes back over here and she's like, I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, I said, so we can't get 2 flavors with 10 wings? She's like, no, you got to get, and it's probably because she has to explain this rule 800 times a day. But she's like, no, you got to get 25 or more. And I'm like, 25 or more? I was like, at that rate, it would cost, like, to try all the flavors, you got to get 25 or more wings, and then you get a second flavor. You don't get 5 or 6, you get 2. And I'm like, this is COVID all. This has got to be, because I quit this place before COVID. As this is COVID all day long. This is COVID screwing the man, not the man, the people. The man is screwing the people out of all the 58 flavors. I said, I would have to go here, you know, once a week for an entire week to taste all the flavors. I was like, because I'm not spending $26 on wings. I can't eat that many wings. What, do I need to be rolled out and thrown in my truck? You know, I got to get one of those lifts to get in the back of my van because I'm so gelatinously huge now because all I'm eating is wing flavors. But it would cost like at $25 a flavor, essentially. You know, you're sitting there like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, I think. So I guess you could get 25, one flavor for $25, and each additional flavor becomes $1. I'm like, come on, man, this is just stupid, right? Y'all selling pickles. That's a cucumber dipped in vinegar, dipped in batter, thrown in some oil. Like, what do y'all got? 14 cents wrapped in it? So at any rate, long story short, we walked out of there none impressed, and now I've solidified the fact that I'll never go back. It's a tangled web we weave, but here we are. I get him.